cash payment. Call Coventry Direct to learn more.
We thought we had planned carefully for our retirement.
Let me make sure I shut that off. Hey, everybody. How's it going? Let me get my YouTube stream up. This is a spontaneous live stream on Easter. Happy Easter to everybody who celebrates it. And if you don't celebrate it, that's cool too. We're neighbors. We have the same hobbies. So hope you're having a nice weekend. Let me just lower this to get this going. Whoop. All right. How's everybody doing today? Metal Detecting 207, Team Lynch, NorCal Detecting, Metal Detecting NYC, Kate, Marty, hello. Texas Plug Riches, welcome to the spontaneous live stream. Okay. Let me make sure we're all up to date here. All right. StreamYard. Okay. Thank you, Val. Happy Easter to Dive and Detect. So I did want to make, can anybody hear me? Make sure you, Happy Easter. Yep. Here we go. Hi, pal. Can everybody hear me out there? Thumbs up. Okay, you could hear me. Okay. Happy Easter. Didn't detect today for obvious reasons. Kathy got silver. All right. Celebrate the holiday tonight. What do we have tonight? Golden Ale from Sam Adams Limited. No problem. We hear you. Hi, Safari Kitty. Welcome to the show. So I wanted to bring up something. I actually wanted to make the Nothing Network is in the house. He does a lot of urban exploring. I'm totally into that stuff because that directly relates to what we do. Anywhere abandoned is cool. And I live near a lot of abandoned places like the Farm Colony, the Willowbrook State Facility with the tragedies that happened there. But I don't like what happened there. I do like to go near the abandoned places when you have permission, of course. So the topic of this, I wanted to make a video. I didn't want to steal people's history from just taking off a website. It's almost like making a report for a college class. You could paraphrase, but you want to make sure you don't, take anything that's copyrighted or published. And that takes time. I'm not just going to do that in an hour or two. So I figured I would just talk about it. Because I went to a Jersey farm where people found reals, all types of crazy copper coins. And it's not a farm where there was a battle. It was just a farm, a public farm. And there's no way the people on the farm, hold on one second, my oven is beeping. I'm sorry, it's driving me nuts. All right, Team Clam Baker's in the house. Who else did I miss here? To Dive and Detect, I think I said hello. Hello if I didn't. Anyway, what was I saying? The farm that my club friends have pounded to death hasn't been plowed in, I don't know, a decade. So I'm not going back until it gets plowed. There's no way a farmer on a tractor dropped all the stuff that was found there. So my father, hello, Jenny. Happy Easter. Happy holiday. Happy Sunday. Cheers. There's no way the farmer was driving a tractor dropping all these coins and stuff that's related to New York City. There's no way. So my father told me this term called, he would say it's night dirt. I'm like, what the hell is night dirt? And I put it in the back of my head. I stored it. And I was out detecting with Metal Detecting NYC on Friday. And it dawned on me again because I found something from New York City. So I called my father back. I'm like, what was that term? He said night dirt. So I Google it. It's actually called night soil. I want you guys, homework assignment, look it up. It's very interesting. All I got to say is thank goodness we're living in today times. Because if you look back, 18th century, 19th century, before that, the only people that had toilets were people with a lot of money. So we're very fortunate. Thank you, Mark Thomas. What a gentleman, as always. Texas Plug Riches. Like I said, if you had a lot of money, God bless you, you had a toilet. Back then, this night soil, it was basically human excrement. There was no way to put it. There were no sewers. So what people would do, they would have a cesspool in the backyard, and every 10 days they would have to shovel it out. It would go into the street, fill the streets the pictures that you look up, it actually has quotes that say the pictures, you can't smell the pictures. I can't imagine. It's not only the outhouses. Early 1800s, you had 500,000 people in New York City. 50 years later, it like tripled, 150 million. I mean, whatever it was, 500,000 to 1.5 million people. Crazy. Poop every day, all over the place. And you had these gentlemen. Can I share my screen? Let's see if I could do this. I've never did this, so please forgive me. Share screen, share with 2 monitors, share screen, blah, 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 blah. Let's see if that works. Yeah. I can't do this right now, gentlemen and ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to have to figure that out. Did you see my shared screen? Oh, well, if you didn't. So, what were they called? Night soil men of the 19th century. They had a real shitty job. It's a pun, of course. Excuse the French. These men would cart off human feces under the cloak of darkness. What a horrible job. I can't imagine doing that. This was also a problem in Europe. I'm sure everywhere there was humans, this was a problem. Anyway, night soil is gross. Hello, Metal Detector NYC. Thank you for the super chat. I really appreciate that. Cheers. Celebrating Easter. I'm actually every holiday celebrate family togetherness. I'm grateful for everything we have. We made it through this horrible year. I feel bad for my kids the most and the people that are sick and lost their loved ones. But I'm optimistic we're getting to the end of the road here, hopefully. And that's that. Circling back to here. Let me see this chat really quick. I have ADD, obviously. Empty the buckets. So, Hudson River. They had to dredge the Hudson River because there was so much poop in there. Because barges would get stuck. Another interesting fact. Let me find it. Guys. Fun facts. I love fun facts. It was so bad, City Works had to dredge the Hudson and East Rivers, blah, 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 blah. In Washington, D.C., the waste was dumped in a field near the White House and is thought to contribute to death to President William Henry Harrison in 1841, who just died 31 days into the presidency. I did not know that. Learned that today. So poop, it was a big problem back then. And that's another reason why beer, it's not the healthiest thing, but it helped people live because you boil water and it kills infectious diseases sometimes, depending on what it is. So if you lived in New York City, you were probably better off drinking beer than drinking out of the polluted waterways. Crappy statistics. Yeah. So that being said, the poop in the streets, the poop in the backyards, guess what happened? When people drop rings, when they drop coins, when they dropped anything, it was in there. No one's going through that stuff. Ew. Goes in the barrel. The guy brings it to the ocean. The guy who's hauling this away brings it to the farms in New Jersey, in New York City, in Long Island. Spreads it on farms. I don't know. When you talk about millions of tons of poop. Well, anyway, let's just go back to that. They're spreading it on farms. They're spreading it in Long Island, New Jersey. Thank you, Jenny. I appreciate it. Cheers. Happy Easter. Hello, Lisa. Backyard treasures. Mama. I don't know the logistics back then, but back then, there's no cars. You have a whole city. Everybody can't just burn poop. I don't know. I can't imagine being an engineer or just living back then with the hygiene. Call me a wuss. I don't know. I wouldn't be able to deal with that. I would have probably moved to where I live now, Staten Island, where it was like isolated from everybody. I guess you adapt. Humans adapt. Yeah, man. Whew. Anyway, so I'm out with Merrill and the crew the other night, and I find something from East Houston Street in New York City from the 1800s. I guarantee. Now, I'm making an assumption, but I guarantee that came from night soil. Guarantee. Now, I'm not saying when you go to a farm, you can't find what the farmer dropped, what the battle drop, what the modern droppers are dropping, or you want to call them, I'm not on mute, am I? Depositing now. You're going to find stuff, including coins, including jewelry. So it's very interesting. Not a lot of people know about it. Every time this happens, I think about it. I'm like, How come no one talks about this? No one knows it. I don't think people know about it. So you're going to find mixed things. There could be stuff from the farm. Merrill found a token from a farm, so that's most likely, put 2 and 2 together from that farm. Are all the coins there from that farm? I don't know. But it's a safe assumption to say it came from Night Soil. That's where I found that piece I will be putting out tomorrow. This is like a 2-part thing. I'm going to do the live thing, explain this. I'm not sure. I know they do dredging all the time in New York City. You see them on the bar just picking stuff out. Anyway, back then, they were dumping so much poop into the Hudson River that it was called, I think it was a term called like dead water or something. It's when the level of contamination is so high, nothing can live. But they even closed down the amusement park that in Staten Island that was almost like Coney Island because the waters were so polluted. But, fish is thriving now that ever since the DEP and the EPA and all those regulations. So I believe in some, I'm not going to get political on you, okay? Doesn't matter what I like it. I try to get along with everybody. But I would say that is the greater good of man to chip in to not have poop in front of your house. So the water's cleaning up. It's definitely a lot cleaner. So who knows? That could have been stuff that washes up could have been from then, if it's that old, or just drops when people go in the water. What do you guys think about that? Did I teach you anything new today? Because that excites me. I found out about that through my dad. I Googled it. I went into that rabbit hole of England and New York City. It's a secret, though. I know you guys did very well for a few years in Jersey Films getting old stuff from New York City. It's really cool. Actually, you know what? Hold on. Where are my finds? I'm all over the place. Where are my finds? In the bedroom? So, I'm back. I'm not privy to that information. Laugh out loud. That is funny. I see what you did there, Merrill. Merrill has tons of dad jokes. That's a good quality, by the way.
Sorry, I can only call one person at a time.
I didn't ask you anything, Siri. Things probably listen to us. Who cares? We're probably the most boring people for big tech. Let me tell you. So I'll show you. Like I got this badge, East Houston Street, Manhattan, 19th century. I don't think somebody from East Houston Street in Manhattan went all the way deep in Long Island and dropped this on a farm. I don't think so. I highly doubt that. I guarantee this was part of fertilizer. Isn't that gross? I'm touching it, but you're talking about what? 200 years? It's safe. It's clean. It's good. Old club members I knew from Deep Search 30 years ago told me. I'm part of Deep Search. And they went to the farm, a couple of farms I went to. One of the farms is near Big Ed's Barbecue in New Jersey. It's a public farm. Anyone could go there. People find reals, all types of crazy stuff. But it was pounded to death. And it really needs to be plowed. Once it's plowed, it's going to replenish. And then I'm going to go back. Ramon Juan, what's up, pal? Happy Easter. Happy Sunday. I wish I could share this screen. Just type in Night Soil. And you're going to be really... Let me see what it says. Night Soil men worked a thankless job with hundreds of men across the country, taking on this as an occupation. Most were not treated well. Of course, the spread of disease and volume. But also, look, big cities like Brooklyn, Chicago, and New York, sewers were built in the 1900s. Yes, so thank goodness for that. Oh, you can't touch that, buddy. You're too young for that. Sorry. So what is going on? How is everybody's Easter? Well, I enjoy myself. Let me see how many thumbs down and thumbs ups I have. Thank you, guys. 14. Thank you, guys. I think that's right. Here is my Facebook page, guys. If you ever want to message me or follow me on Facebook, you can catch me there. I'm just going to enjoy my beer and hang out. If anybody has any questions, if anybody wants to come on here, does anybody want to come on here? feel free. I have to find invite, copy to clipboard. Night soil is a historically used euphemism for human extra. Yes, cesspools, privies, playing closets. That's right. That's right. Lynn, hello. Great. I was gonna get a ham. Traditionally, my family used to have like a ham and like either lasagna or manigot or baked ziti. I couldn't get any of that, so I made a roast beef, also known as a roast beast. Rusty Digger's in the house. Hello. So again, if you're just coming in, I found this in Long Island, West PFAL, found 118E East Houston Street, New York. It has 1326 on it. That was in a park. And as you can see, if you just watch Metal Detecting NYC, if you haven't watched Metal Detecting NYC's video tonight, his best day was tonight. And this came from the same place that he found those epic finds. So I took a vacation day on Friday just to go there. And I guarantee some of that stuff was night soil. Merrill, I am going to invite you. We're going to have this short stream. Let me figure this out. I'm so funny. Here you go, buddy. We should get everybody on here. Wouldn't that be fun? Get everybody in here. Get the New York City crew on here. Mar Videos. Marlon in the house from Canada with another great Sunday show. Mar Videos. Every Sunday has a show. Always has great metal detectors on there. It's just entertaining. Some people are monotone and boring. Marlon puts on a good stream. Team Clambake. Isn't that where Archie Bunker lives? Where? Where did Archie Bunker live? Chicago? I don't remember. I'll be there in a second. We are letting Metal Detecting. He will be joining us soon. While we try this Golden Ale. This isn't my happy hour. I guess it is now. Limited release. Golden Ale, crisp and refreshing. Golden Ale, upfront citrus aroma, complemented with subtle spice, sweetness, creativity, blah, 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 blah. Okay. It's Easter, guys. There is an address on here. 18E East Houston Street in New York City. That most likely is the Lower East Side of Manhattan, my favorite part of Manhattan. Unfortunately, everything is super expensive in Manhattan now, and all the little mom and pop stores are being driven out. So it's not like it used to be. There's so many empty storefronts because people just can't afford to pay that rent anymore. The rent is too damn high. Hello, PA. We're just relaxing, waiting for Metal Detecting NYC to come on. I also invited my New York crew on here. Let's see if anybody bites that link. It's not good to do these spontaneous streams. No one knows about it. So we don't get as many views, but I don't really care. I have in my head, what is it, Jess? What's that saying? Everybody's the most enthusiastic or what at like 2 a.m. or something? How's it go? I don't know. I have a lot of ideas of what I want to do, but I procrastinate to the last minute. Hauser Street. No, this is Houston or Houston. In New York, we call it Houston Street. Spelt Houston. Let me just turn this because my kids are coming out of the bathroom. Happy Easter, John Wetmore, and everybody else. Whoa. Let me, it's kind of dim. So I implore you guys, if you want to learn a little bit about history, I feel like writing a whole report and reporting about it. I do love the history and talking about it. There was a ton of information I was getting hit with, and it was a little overwhelming to write something tonight about this night soil. So if you just Google night soil New York, if you're in our area, there's so much cool information about it. And when you find something related to Manhattan and you're in New Jersey or Long Island, you could be sure that was part of that history. Is Digging Turtle in the house? Ronnie is in the house. That is my pal from Staten Island. He's using another name. It's probably his wife. It's me, Ronnie. Happy Easter, pal. Going out tomorrow morning. I'm so jealous. Mr. Ronnie is a retired FDNY guy, my digging partner on Staten Island. And he's retired. He gets to go while I'm working. I'm so jealous. Digging Turtle, another metal detectorist I detected with a couple times. Hope he comes out more. Yeah. Thanks, pal. Clam bake. All right. Thank you. Okay. I'm just looking for this. Wish I could share the video here. Okay. StreamYard, there you go. StreamYard. I'm sorry, guys. So this is pretty decent light beer. Nothing special. Should I start rating these things? I would say this is, I don't know, 6.1 out of 10. We'll do a Barstool rating. 6.1. What's up, Digging Juggernaut?
Hello.
Hi, say happy Easter. Hey.
Happy Easter, everyone.
That's my firstborn right there. She was the first to come out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go brush your hair. Forget knots.
Okay.
So, this week, I plan on hitting a old field next. Little Tones. That's Mini Tones. 1 minute. Metal Detector NYC is coming on. I did learn something. Metal Detector NYC, we were hitting like random little areas. Parks. Not the same old usual ones that we normally hit. So I'm already while I'm driving, I drive on mostly the historic part of Staten Island. I'm just noticing little parks or abandoned baseball fields, not ones that are being used. No diamonds left. I'm just going to start hitting them. Instead of I'm not going to the woods anymore because of the ticks. So that's what I'll be doing. And hopefully I'm just as successful as him. I haven't found a Real yet. My friend Charlie took me to this place called Real Road on Staten Island where they pulled like, I don't know, dozens and dozens of Reals. And he said it used to be called Real Road. He's saying that there's no more Reals because he found them all. That's when I got the tick. I didn't find one, but I did not get any silver, unfortunately. I like Long Island. I had a good time. It took an hour to get there. The only thing is it was a Friday. Coming home, it said 2 hours and 45 minutes. I don't know if I could do that for work. I would definitely live there. But to go back and forth, like, man, it took a little over 2 hours to get back. But I went not just to if it was just going to Metal Tech, I probably wouldn't have went. I went for two reasons. Merrill was showing how much cool stuff he found. Plus, I got to spend time with my friends. Dive and detect. I saw that to dive and detect. What was that, in 1943? I don't remember. My first silver was a silver quarter as well. And I won't forget where I got it. Really cool. I found it like at a campsite on Staten Island where kids camp. Yeah, it wasn't. It was because of the traffic, not because. Hey, Ella. It was because of the traffic, not 1943.
Happy Easter.
Happy Easter. Hey, Seb, do you want to say Happy Easter? Say Happy Easter.
Happy Easter.
These kids are a riot.
It's crazy. So be careful around him.
We're allowed to detect the parks that are on the permit. Most of the parks on Staten Island are on the permit. Don't take my word for it, but if some place is public and it's not historical, I would just do it. That's just me. As long as it's not protected land or something, you know. You're a taxpayer, right? Whoa! Who's that? It's Metal Detecting NYC. Wait, it
Not
says
exactly.
Carol. It says
It's
Carol.
it's Carol Mazangian.
It's
Hi.
you did that on purpose.
No, I wouldn't do that on purpose.
Well, what do you think of that question there, Merrill? I just told my opinion. I told them if it's not protected historical land, and you know,
Are you
public.
allowed to detect public lands? I'm not able to detect anywhere without permit. I'm horrified at that question.
Well, there's all different types of jurisdictions. Also, you got to, you know, is it federal land? Is it what is it? City land? I know.
mean, if
National
I
Park
own
law-
something and I was planning on detecting it, I bought it. Who gets? You just ask for permissions. I'm going way ahead with this and just like saying, I'm gonna buy land to detect it. No, you ask permissions. That's just stupidity. But just hypothetically speaking, you don't want anybody just like digging up your yard and stuff like that. Okay, I could see that. But like if we're talking about schools, which is funded by taxpayers, if we're talking about public parks, come on, man. What's there's nothing wrong with digging that? Carol completely agrees. Carol thinks that Carol Mazangian feels that you should be able to dig those. Drop the mic.
I'm sorry, my baby's crying.
Mine cried too sometimes. They're not babies anymore, but they still cry. I cry. Yeah.
So how I look at it as if it's not protected land, if it's not a national park, it's just an empty lot that no one owns. Especially
What's the harm?
What's the harm? And especially if you help clean the litter out of it.
Coin pollution is a very serious thing.
Fair game. That's how I look at it.
Think of the crickets. Crickets hate coin pollution. And just by getting the coins out of the ground, the crickets are happier.
That's right. And the ticks are happier there too. So
yeah.
So something to think about. So what exactly I don't want to ruin it for no one that watched it. What did you just put out? What did you just put out on your last video? It was your best day, right?
Best day ever. Best day ever.
So make sure you put that, you know, I'm going to find your link and I'm going to put it in the chat. I'm sure everybody saw it already though. Well, guys, this was the most epic day that I saw. This is the reason why I went to Long Island to meet up with these guys.
2 hours in traffic for this guy.
That's right. Well,
At
1
least
hour
on the way home.
On the way home. So make sure you check out this vid when this is over. Save it. Epic. That's why I went out there. But it's cool.
That was one of a kind days. You know, the next time I'd be like, oh, let me try scouting another area. Oh man, I got skunked, and I got I put it in a live stream too, and yeah, it's I think people understand that you don't want to see somebody that's just like planting stuff. It's pretty obvious when they do too. I was doing quite the opposite of that by digging up all sorts of junk in this live stream, in my last live stream. And we've had a few that we've pulled gold rings, but it's keep it metal detecting.
Definitely. Do you plan on doing more beach detecting coming up?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I love the beach. Absolutely.
What are your your ring goals this year?
100 rings again, only because I know how my brain works, and it tends to overheat. And right. So I need to keep my brain happy. And I was going crazy for the 100 last year. And I think we're well ahead of the pace. I think we just hit number 19 for the year. And we haven't even, no, actually, that's not true. I was going to say we haven't been to the beach. A few of them are from the beach. But we've been doing great in parks. The 50 gold rings, that's going to be very difficult. But I have the help with Gone Digging on that. Might have to team up with you too, Lou. I know you pulled one earlier this year.
Yes, I pulled 2 gold rings, one in December and one right after that. That was really epic.
The trash pandas are not going to count the one in December. That's the thing.
Yeah, oh, man.
They're
You
sticklers.
can count my one. You can count my one because you did invite me there. So there's like a loophole there.
Right. They're just sticklers. Those darn trash pandas.
Yeah, I'm down to go to more New Jersey. I know Dive Detect is out there. Dive and Detect, Team Lynch, Rusty Digger. They're all out of New Jersey, and anybody else I'm missing? I'm sorry. Love to detect with them one day, and I want to hit more. Keensburg is a good place. There's actually a part of Keensburg to dive and detect where reals were pulled. I'll definitely tell you where that is. I went there once. Unfortunately, I didn't get a real. I'm realist. Get real.
I have a feeling this is going to be your year.
You think so?
Oh, hell yeah.
I just want one.
Look at that barber that you just pulled.
That was epic. So this is what happened. To Dive and Detect did a video on the beach with their daughter. I think it was the same day I brought my kids. The wind was so bad. It was like hitting my kid's face, and one of them, we had to go. So my wife went on the trail. I was detecting for 15 minutes. I got a solid 31. Boop, boop, boop. I don't know. 9 inches down was a barber quarter. Still didn't put out the video. I've been.
Oh, spoiler alert. Carol. Come on, Carol.
Yep. And you told me to go to that beach. Go figure. So I just have to stay near you. You got to tell me what to do.
You know what the hell you're doing? You know, we all critique each other. It's like when I went to, I have a degree in business. I have a degree in art, degree in teaching. Art, you learn from critiquing each other, and you just, you observe things differently. It's like a hitting coach or a pitching coach in baseball, and you just you say it. And I have my quirks. I go OCD on. I go against logic. I was looking at a few minutes of my last live stream, and all of the clues were pointing towards, Merrill, you're wasting your time in this dirt. And I didn't budge. And I'm looking at this again, and I'm like, oh, we all have an Achilles heel, a tendency that we have to push ourselves through. With you, we all have them. And I know mine. So
yes, and there is an art to metal detecting. Believe it or not, it's not just swinging a coil. This gentleman Charlie I was with, he was telling me, even in the woods, how to look for certain things, like certain things that look like a road or a higher part where somebody would live, and then you see the rocks. It's like a science, even on the beach, where you're going with the dark sand, how you call it like a little hill or a patch. Anybody just starting off not learning any of that, they're just swinging aimlessly.
I cry whenever I see a removed tree. You know why? There's a depression in the ground.
Oh boy.
It's all in the delivery.
Yep. So hope we get some more rings this year. And had a great time.
Yeah. I'm glad you finally made it out to Long Island.
Had a great time. I wish I had a 4-day. I sound so spoiled. First world problems, right? I yearned for a 4-day work week. I should have became a fireman or something like that. I do love my job. And it is awesome that you work in the education department. You get the summers off. How awesome is that? Well, do you get the summers off?
Highly debatable, but it's when I was a teacher, you would get more time, but then again, the planning that goes into that, it's become year round. Admin, I mean, what I do, I'm in charge of like the data footprint of the school, and that's something that you can do remotely. That's something that you can do, offsite. Same thing as remote. So there's a certain flexibility.
I wanted to say hi to Willie and Gabriel. Hello to Ralph. How you all doing? Hope you had a nice holiday. Back to the old grind tomorrow, unfortunately. But Merrill inspired me. We went to a few different random parks, and as I was driving around the island, I'm noticing little ball fields that aren't used anymore. You might want to be careful because of the high grass. I'm gonna hit those. I'm gonna hit them. And when I went with Merrill, I was like just going around aimlessly, like not paying attention. Everybody has their own way of doing things. I find that going back and forth nice and slowly, and I did slow down a lot.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
It works going up and down, so at least you know where you did.
It's funny you say that because I'm thinking about a video. I've been thinking about a video on that, calling it the Roomba technique. The Roomba, the robot vacuum?
Yes, I do.
And it goes back and forth, and it's just, until it reaches a wall, and then blah, blah, blah. It's like that when you are on good ground. You want to go Roomba. And
that's great.
Different angles. You have to go at different angles, because what do we do when we get a signal that we're not sure about? We turn. It's, walking across the grass, different angles, when you know that you're on good ground, that, if you center a target perfectly, if the coil sweeps over and catches the middle of the target, the middle of the target catches middle of the coil, and you can go, 9 inches, 10 inches, 11 inches deep. That's what it's all about right there.
I did notice in your last video, you had a silver tone, but you were getting a lot of iron grunts. Now, because I dig so many nails in iron, I was like, I wouldn't have dug that. And you got something good. I forgot what coin it was, but you were getting iron. And then you said you couldn't find iron. So should we be, if we're getting that 30 and up, and just that little blip, should we be digging in with all those iron noises? Probably, right?
Yeah, and I had my iron pretty much all the way down. I had my iron on the Equinox at 1 out of, let's see, the highest on the Equinox 600 would be a 3 for that. For the 800, that would have been like being on a 2 or a 3. But long story short, my iron bias was pretty low, and I want to be able to hear possible silver that's deep. If you want to get to that, you have to be okay with digging a lot of iron, and I do. And I just say my favorite 3-letter word, meh, and I move on to the next. and a lot of times, a lot of times you go on, you remove a piece of the puzzle. It's like Minesweeper, man. It's Minesweeper, the old video game. I'm full of analogies. Did you ever play that?
Those little boxes.
The little boxes, exactly, and it had numbers. It's like that with signals.
Way back now.
Right. So the iron is like the bombs, okay? And you could hit a bomb, but like you remove one, you click one, it opens up. It's like that with removing targets, and then it just becomes more clear. A lot of people talk about Prospect Park, and it's like, how is stuff still being pulled up there? Some of the guys went there yesterday. There's volume down in the ground, but think of how those targets, especially if they're clumped together, the lower layers, they're still down there, and they're still canceling each other out. But when things get taken out, or when we get a little bit extra rain one day, and it makes it more conductive, you get that, then the removal. We haven't gotten the best stuff from that park yet.
Yeah. Is there a major difference between field and park? I only use field a couple of times. I know Maya. What's Maya's channel name? Oh my God, I forgot it. The young girl who metal detects. I can't remember. Sorry. Sorry, Maya. Anyway, she uses field 2. And I found when I used it on a actual field on a farm, it was super sensitive. I was getting so much trash. So I went back to park 1 or 2. But some people, are you familiar with field at all, Merrill?
I pretty much do Park 1 now.
Park 1. My friend Anthony Diggin Brooklyn 718 used Park 2 in the woods we were in the other day. He found a half real, a few weeks ago, and it rang up a 20, which is very odd. I normally think 20 to 22 is either a ring or a bottle top.
I'm digging
Not Maya.
everything
I'm
that
so sorry.
sounds solid.
Not Diggin Duo. Who's the young lady who sent your daughter a shirt?
Oh, Miss Detectorist.
Miss Detectorist. What's her name?
Yeah.
Oh my god. I can't remember her name.
We're friends
She
on
uses
Facebook.
field
Hold
2.
on.
Okay. She uses field 2
Oh yeah, yeah.
Park
It
1,
is
I believe.
Maya.
It is
Schofield.
Maya. Okay,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Miss Detectorist, she has a good channel. She's in New England, does a lot of stone walls and old foundations. She uses Park 2, but she has the 800. I can't even compare with that. But it seems everybody I know that uses Park 1 and 2 seems to be doing a good job getting this silver. And would you recommend me, Merrill, getting that big UFO coil?
Oh hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely. I love the big
Next
coil.
purchase.
Yeah. Love the big coil.
Okay. Well, that's what
And do you have the sniper coil also?
I do. That's why I got the 600. I had a good deal.
Right.
I got 10% off, and I got the small coil with the 600, so it was like a no-brainer.
Both of those will change your life. Let's put it that way.
I love this. When you have rapid-fire targets, that thing is crucial to have. You'll just get a headache if you don't get that.
That's my plan for the summer. I go to those areas that nobody else wants to detect, and if it seems to be silver bearing, if I'm getting wheats, I'm going to be pulling silver. So that's the game plan for the summer. Because February, I was frozen out of. We all were frozen out of. I went to Dead Horse Bay a bunch of times, but in terms of getting silver coins, it put me behind in the game. And the goal is 300 this year. And really, it's been March and January, nothing in February, or very little in February.
I'm Minesweeper old. So how I was thinking about video games relating to metal detecting. I don't know if you ever heard of Splatoon. The kids play
of course.
That.
My kids love that.
And I was thinking about it. I wish I had like a goggles that you could see every way you swept, so you could get all the inside creases.
Dude,
Somebody
you have the right detector for that.
Oh yes, I have the CTX now.
That's right.
So from what I'm reading is you can discriminate a certain target that much and not discriminate it on that much under the soil. I'm really interested in that but again, Merrill found a real 3 inches down while there was pennies 9 inches down somewhere else.
Correct.
So it's just mind blowing. So I'm almost done with my beer. What time is it? 9 o'clock.
859. Yep.
859.
Yep.
Thank you for the 37 likes, guys. I appreciate it. Hopefully,
can we get him to 50? Can we get him to 50 right now, please?
No, it ain't happening, bro. This is spontaneous.
Spontaneous.
Spontaneous. We got to plan
spontaneously go to 50.
My goal is I have so much footage is to make videos in advance and just have them saved, ready to go. This way I'm like 2 weeks ahead.
You're at 42.
I'm not rushing. I don't like to rush these videos out because I feel like
you do not like rushing videos.
I don't like rushing these things. You know what I'm saying?
That is good. Good, Mr. Tones.
Well, last vidanya and have a good night, everybody. Yeah, let's get those thumbs up. Thumbs up. Thumbs up. Wow, it's the 43. We need 7 more.
43. It is
we
good.
We got 1 thumbs down, so we'll count that because it does count as an interaction. So technically we have 44. We need 6 more. Da. So, guys, I didn't really get to talk about most of this stream. Just Google Night Soil, New York City, NYC, and it's really interesting history. There's videos. Atlas Obscura is really awesome YouTube channel and blog. They go through metal detecting. I think Dig and Do actually got a segment on there. It's really cool. Check that website out, Atlas Obscura.
Night
One
Soil
thumbs
is
down,
the
Adele. California Greenhorn Fisherman, hello and goodbye. Happy Easter. Princess and Pirate, we got 46 likes. Let's go, Merrill. Smash that thumbs up.
Oh, I already did. I'm in the
I'm
habit.
only
I
kidding,
see
I'm
Tones
only
goes
kidding.
on.
Flash in your pan. Flash in your pan. He's in the house. Happy Easter. I think we're going to
48. 49.
Okay, we're going to hang out. Need one more. You're the man, Merrill. I would have never asked for that.
Gotta ask.
Please. I'm so funny.
Can anybody new here subscribe to Mr. Tones? Please.
Smash the subscribe button. When you see how old this channel is, it's pretty pathetic, but I didn't make videos for 8 years, so what are you going to do? I should have made a new one.
No.
We have 50 guys. Guys, you have a good night. Make sure you subscribe for more historical facts, more metal detecting in New York City with me and the crew. We review food and craft beer. I mean, what else is there better in life? Treasure, brew, food, good times. Good night, everybody. Good night, Merrill, again, for hanging out.
All right, Lou. Have a good night, buddy.
Have a good night, pal. Well, that's it, guys. See you on the next one. Thank you, Team Lynch. All right. Before I sign off, thank you. Have a good night.